Westbourne Family Trust versus Daryl West.
Mark Lando on behalf of plaintiff.
Mr. West, state your appearance.
Daryl West present.
Okay, where are we on this case? I'm afraid to ask.
Judge, this is a termination of tenancy action. My client is the owner of property. Mr. West is the trustee and the trustee's brother. He's been living there a lot of years, and they are estranged. And my client just wants to get the property back, sell it, and that's pretty much the long and short of it.
It's not the long and short of
All
it.
right. Well, I've read everything that you submitted, Mr. West, much of it irrelevant to these proceedings, quite frankly. The only thing that I have that may be of some relevance, is there a matter pending in the Court of Appeals?
Absolutely. Case number 375000.
There is, Your Honor, Mr. West filed a motion to stay the eviction case that was denied.
That's not exactly
in the Court
correct.
Of Appeals?
It was denied with the Court of Appeals.
All right, thank you.
Judge, that's not exactly correct. It's a misleading statement. Actually, what happened was filed an interlocutory appeal, and the circuit court went ahead and ruled while that interlocutory appeal was pending. Therefore, I filed a right of appeal and let the interlocutory appeal be dismissed. And it was on that basis that the interlocutory appeal was dismissed based on the current pending case. And there's still on the docket a motion.
But there is no stay of these proceedings.
There is a motion for stay of these proceedings on the 375000 case.
All right. Well, you're going to have to get to them because I don't see here that I've got a tribal issue. I am not going to stay these proceedings. And so if the Court of Appeals wishes to stay it, then the Court of Appeals can stay it. Mr. Landau has indicated that they denied it. You're indicating something different.
Am I entitled to a jury trial?
If I don't have a tribal issue, no, sir.
Judge, there's promissory estoppel, there's quantum meute, there's a written documented contract documented and subscribed by the plaintiff.
All of those are not tribal issues that grant you possession of the premises, sir.
The document subscribed by the plaintiff grants me premises occupancy.
I disagree. It's not a tribal issue for me, sir. You show me nothing that gives you claim to those premises.
I submitted the document where the owner of the property granted me living arrangements to the property. That's in the file.
For how long, sir?
For the balance of my life.
I do not see anything in here representing a life estate. If you are claiming that you have a life estate, then you need to file the appropriate paperwork.
It's not a life estate,
court,
Judge.
You need to file the appropriate paperwork in the circuit court so the circuit court can make a determination as to whether or not you have a life estate of some type on the premises. But I do not see that. I do not see any defect in the notice, which has been provided by the plaintiff in this case. I have nothing to try.
Please address their complaint. their complaint clearly files misleading information. In item 2, counsel says there is no other pending or previously filed document or court actions. And in fact, there was a circuit court action and it's under appeal now. Therefore, that's misleading statement. Furthermore, in
which
section,
has no relevance to this court and its decision. Because this case would not have gone up to circuit court.
this case was already in the circuit court on a parallel.
No, sir. This case is a district court case. This case, regardless of what plaintiff said, would have been filed and resided right here before me.
Judge, can I go on further to the complaint?
Not if you're going to waste my time.
I'm not. In
Yes, you are,
8,
but go ahead.
in section 8, plaintiff and counsel suggest to this court that the property owner has maintained that property in accordance with state law as it's a residential unit. That is absolutely a false statement. She has stated in a statement of facts and a motion at the circuit court that she hasn't communicated or been in contact with the resident occupant, Daryl West, in 10 years. She has not maintained the property in accordance with Michigan law. Furthermore, because I had to maintain it, I spent $25,000 of my money to keep the property maintained. She has completely falsified the complaint, Judge. She did not provide adequate maintenance to the home in reference to Section H of the complaint. That's a false statement. There's 2 false statements provided in the complaint, and the court should order a show cause hearing at the very least and should actually dismiss this case.
Are you done?
Yes.
It still is not an issue related to the termination case. If you believe that there's a money case that needs to be filed, then you may do so.
Judge, one last point.
I thought you were done.
I was until you made that comment.
Sir, I might suggest that you get yourself an attorney to represent you.
Can you adjourn it?
Because the termination
While I do?
case, nothing has been filed before me that gives me anything to try as a reference to termination case. I'm going to keep saying it. There's nothing that you're saying to me right now. I've let you go on far longer than I would normally let anybody else go on regarding this. If you have one more thing to say to me, you may, and then I'm going to have my word.
Have your word, Judge.
Court finds that there's no tribal issue as to the issue of possession. In this matter, I will grant judgment to the plaintiff for possession with a writ to issue in 10 days.
Wow.
From the signing of the order.
Judge, as much as I appreciate the court making that ruling, I'm willing to give Mr. West additional time. My client is his sister, and even though they're estranged, she knows that this is going to create a hardship for him. He is an amputee, and it's going to take him some time to vacate. I want to give him the comfort of some additional time.
So here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Landau. I understand that. So I'm going to issue my judgment. What the parties work out, you can work out. But I'm going to issue the judgment as I pronounced it.
Very good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. I'll submit the judgment.